Hello everyone, welcome back to some more puzzles I'm questionably good at. I tried that experiment last time with like cropping things and I don't know. All I ended up doing was putting black bars instead of some text and it really was not any better. So I tried to figure out how to like upload something telling YouTube my aspect ratio is different, but like I couldn't even convince, I don't know, I think I could have told OBS to use a different aspect ratio, but I don't think YouTube would have liked it, I don't know. I would have had to make a big change, so I'm just not doing it. So now you guys can see the rules over on the left. But instead of reading those rules, I'm just going to explain to you how Nurikabe works. I learned this from watching Cracking the Cryptic. As it's kind of like you can theme it more abstractly as kind of trying to place rivers and islands, and so they're talking about rivers in the stream here. So the idea is that each numbered square must be part of an island of connected white squares containing exactly that number of white squares. So this one, and every numbered square is always white. It's an island, right? So this is part of an island of size 1, which means it must be surrounded on all sides by water. Fine. There are a couple of other rules. Obviously, islands can never touch because you can't be part of a 5-size island and a 3-size island, for example. But if there were two different 2s next to each other, they couldn't be part of the same island. And all of the water has to be contiguous, so it has to be like completely connected. And furthermore, you are not allowed to have a 2x2 area of water. And I think that's about it. Yeah. I guess islands also must have exactly one numbered cell. Like I can't do like this. That's an illegal island. So this is pretty simple. This to connect up has to go here. This 5 and 3 can't be part of the same island, so we can draw that out. Now to escape, this has to go up. This 5 must be at least these 4 squares, and then one of these 2. Whichever one of these 2 it is, it must be bounded by water on all sides, so that must be water. Okay. This 3 must go up here, and it can't touch the island that the 5 is part of. There must be water dividing them. We finished the 5. That's all water. Well, we can't yet. Yeah, this has to connect up. Sure. This 3 must go here, and that finishes it. And so that's the 2, and we're done. Great. So let's try a harder one. Give me like a 10x10 hard, please. I'm a genius. Oh, actually, I did like an 8x8 hard. It was like a little tough, but I did finish it. Okay, we can start with some 1s. Okay, there's 1s over here as well. This has to connect up. 5 has to escape that way. This is a 1. This must either be part of the 3 or water. Can't tell for sure, but this is definitely part of the 3. Interestingly, at least one of these 2 must be land. They can't both be water because that would be a 2x2 region, which is not allowed. Whoa, wait a minute. This area is very surprising because these can't both be water. That would be a 2x2 area, which means one of them must be land. It can't be this one because it's not part of a numbered area. So it must be this is land, which is quite exciting. Where did the land come from? It must be all the way over from this 10. And so we might ask, does it go this way? Or does it go this way? And there is an answer to that, which is, remember, all the water has to be contiguous. This would be illegal. There's a disconnected water region. So we know that the land has to be at least this. Is this 10? 5, 10. It is. So this island is completed, and everything around it must be water. Very, very useful over here. This would be illegal if it were water, so it must be land. Must come from one of these 7s, not sure which yet. This 5 It could come here, but it can't then continue on to here, right? It would be connecting to the 6, and that's illegal. So it has to go this way in order to avoid touching the 6. And could we then put water here? No, it would be disconnected. So this must be land as well, part of the 5. That's 4 cells. And so either this one or this one is part of the island, but not both. And I don't know which yet, but either way, this must be water. Okay. I'm just pleased with myself for spotting the 10, but I'm now a bit, like, not sure where to go next. I guess... this is very interesting. This area up here can't all be water. That's illegal, right? But which island could reach up there to prevent this? Only the 7. The 3 can only get this far. So the 7 must come into this area. It must go, like, at least like this. And that's 5 water cell, island cells. So it can only have 2 more, and it has to be up in this area. So it must be these 2 are island. And so we finished the 7. Like so. Now, can this be land? No, because it's not part of a number. Oops. Likewise here, this must be water as well. I'm not yet sure about this area. This bit of water could connect up through here or through here, and the 3 could also go either way. So we're going to have to figure out this 3 to figure out this one, I think. However, we can say that this can't be water, because it would be too big a block, so it must be land, which must come to here. Okay, and that must be, the 7 must get over here somehow. This 3, by the way, whether or not it takes this space, it must take, not that space, but this one. And that means it can't touch the 6. And so this must be water, because we can't have an island with no number on it. So this space can't be water or it would be 2 by 2, so it must be land finishing the 5. Okay. Does that let us disambiguate this yet? It still doesn't, I think. Oh, this grid, this 2 by 2 here is interesting. Because it can't all be water, obviously. And so which of the 2 remaining, well, 3 remaining numbers could possibly reach into this area? The 7 can't, because it's already got 3 cells tied up here. It needs a 5th to get over here somehow. Well, 4th and 5th. Which means that the furthest it could reach is here. It can't get it down into this area. So the 6 must be in one of these 2 spaces. Can we tell which one? Well, I don't think it can reach this one, can it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the only cell it could reach that's part of this 2 by 2 cluster. So this must be exactly the 6 island, surrounded on all sides by water. Okay. Now, how are we doing in terms of connectivity? We just have to resolve, like, the 7 and the 3. We're almost there. And in fact, these 2 are important, because they can't both be water, right? One of them must be land. And if it's this one, then this kind of also has to be land, or else how could the 7 connect up, right? Well, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. There's no way for this dot to reach the 7 by just going through here without taking up 8 spaces. So this has to be land. We still don't really know which of these ways it connects. Although, yeah, I'm still not quite sure. Again, though, one of these two must be land as well. Could this be land? 3, 6. Yeah, it could. It seems like at first glance. We just make one of these two be land and connect up to the 7. Could this be land? We'd have to put water here, which seems fine. Oh, interesting. No matter how we finish off this 7, there's only one more space to place, right? And how do we do it? This has to be water. Doesn't it? No. There aren't only one, there's 2 more. We could do this. Okay. Well, no, we already knew that. This area has exactly 1 water and exactly 1 non-water, but we don't know which yet. And either way, that connects everything up, doesn't it? Not quite. If this were water, this would be non-water, and this would connect up through here, which seems okay, I guess. I could just try something, but I don't like to do that. How many land squares total remain to place? 4, right? One of these 2, one of these 2, and 2 of these 4. Not sure how knowing that was useful. All right, let's just try one at random and see if it was right. That's my current skill level in Nurikabe. Not good enough to figure this out without a little bit of help. So let's say that this is land. That's kind of pretty powerful, right? This has to be water, so the 2 islands don't touch, and then we have to go like this, which means we have to go like this to avoid cutting off this area and fill this in. And now we've made a disconnected region of water, so that was impossible. Okay, so I need to think more clearly about this region somehow. I was thinking anything we did here would connect up, but it doesn't seem like it does. Yes, if I make this water, then I can connect everything up just fine. If I make it land, though, then I make a disconnected region. Huh. Okay, I don't quite see the abstract principle behind that yet. Now we finish the 3 by going there. This 7. Everything's already connected, right? Yeah. So how is this possible to resolve? I'm worried I've made a mistake. Because we need 2 of these. But it seems like any 2 would be okay. No, I've made a mistake. No, I haven't. this would be isolated unless I did this. And now it must be these two, right? Hooray! So that's a 10 by 10 Newer Kave. We could do skyscrapers. I'm all right at skyscrapers. This is a... We'll start with an easy just to explain the rules. Really? You're gonna give me every single clue? If I go to normal, do you take some away? Yes, all right. So the idea is we're meant to imagine... How do I... Okay, very... Oh, jeez. Can I get better colors, please? Not really. It's really hard for me to see the blue highlight that on the current cell. Oh, what was that? Okay, that's much better. I don't know exactly what it has to do with this icon. Does it mean use pencil? Yes, I don't want to use pencil. I just want to be able to fucking see. Oh, you can zoom. Ooh. Ooh, you shouldn't have. So anyway, the idea is you're meant to imagine, this is like, this, first of all, it has to be like a Latin square. It has to be the numbers 1 through 4 in each column and each row. And furthermore, you're meant to imagine, like, standing, let's say, if you were to stand here and look along this row, how many skyscrapers could you see? So, and like, oh, right. And like, a skyscraper of height 1, you would see, of course, it's right in front of you. And if behind it there's a skyscraper of height 3, you would see it, because it's taller. So even though it's behind, you would still see it. And then if there were a 2, you wouldn't see that one, because it's lower than the 3 in between it, right? But the 4, you would see again. So you're meant to say, well, this would be seeing 3 skyscrapers. But the clue says there must be 1, so this is an invalid solution. If you can only see 1, it must be the 4, right? And to see 4, they have to be strictly in order. 1, 2, 3. We can do the same thing in this row. 4, 3, 2, 1. And to see 3 coming from here, well, we can't see the 1, so we have to see all the others, which means they have to be in order. 2, 3, 4. And here, if we want to see 2, it can't be the 4 first, because everything else would hide behind it. The 4 must go here, the remaining one, the 1, must go there. Now, if the 2 is seeing the 2, but not the 1, it has to see only 1 more. 3, 4 would be illegal, so it must be 4, 3. And now we can just fill the rest in with Latin square. So that's skyscrapers. Now give me like a 5x5 hard, please. And now they've hidden all the clues you don't need to solve the puzzle. If there's only 1 to be seen, we know that must be a 5. Can I zoom in? Cool. And if you can only see 2 this way, now I'm going to actually need a pencil. Well, actually, okay, to see 4, we know the number must be either 1 or 2. Because if it were a 3, we'd be, the 1 and the 2 would both be hidden no matter where we put them. And here we need the 1, 2, or 3. Because if it were the 4, you could only see 3. And here we have 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then above this it can be pretty much anything. But for this 4, we can say the same thing. It can't be 1, 2, it can't be 3. So the 1 and the 2 are here. Here we need something above them. And this, this can't be the 5. So the only place in this row the 5 could go is here, in this column, I mean, is here. Which means these all have to be in order. 1, 2, and then this is there like a key I can press to get this? Space. Space is how I switch, oops. Yeah, switch between pencil or not, okay. This can't be a 1 or 2, but it's the 3 or the 4. So now we're done with this clue. No matter what we put in here, this clue will be satisfied. And along this row, everything must be strictly in order, except that somewhere we put in a 1. So this is either a 1 or a 3, right? And this, well, it could be a 1. Or it could be a 3 if we put the 1 here. Or it could be a 4 if we put the 3 here. And this could be a 1. Or it could be a 5 if we had put the 3 and 4 here. Or if we had put the 1 in one of these, the other would be a 3 and there'd be a 4 here. Okay. There are 3 more 5s to place. Where do they go? In this 3x3 region is where all the 5s have to go, right? Ah, which means the only space in this row for a 5 is here. And that means these must be in order. There can't be a 1 hidden among them. So this is the 1, and we're done with this 4. If this 2, we're done with the 1, of course. If we only see 2, we eventually see the 5 for sure, right? So we have to see only 1 more before that, which means this has to be a 4. And we're done with this. This is a 3. This 3. Can't do that much with it. There's only 3 clues left. It seems like I should be able to do something with one of them. I mean, it's kind of noteworthy that the 5s have to be in these 2 columns for both of these rows, which have 2s in them, right? But I'm not really sure what to do with that. Let's just start penciling in what we know. This is either a 2 or a 4. Fine. This can't be a 5. And it can't be a 4, because if it were, this would be a 2, and we'd be seeing at least 3 in this row. So it's not a 5 or a 3 or a 4, it's a 1 or a 2. This can't be a 4 or a 3. But it could be a 1 or a 2 or a 5, I think. And this could be like a 1, 2, 4, or 5. Could be just about anything. How about this one? It has to be a 1 or a 2 or a 4. And I think any of those are possible. This has to be a 1 or a 2. Now this is exciting. This now can no longer be a 2. If it were, the one above it would have to be a 1, and the one below it, oh no, that would be okay. This could be a 5 then, so that would be all right. Could it be a 1 though? I guess so. 2, 1, 4, 5 would be what we would just be seeing. So this is seeing a 1 and a 3, so it's a 2, 4, or 5. This is seeing a 1 and a 5, so it's 2, 3, or 4. It can't be a 2 though, because if it were, whatever goes here would have to be higher than a 2, because we've already got a 1. And it can't be a 5, because there's a 5 right here. So we would see this 2, and whatever's here, and later a 5. So this can't be a 2. Okay. Could this be a 2? If it were, this would be a 1, that would be a 4, that's fine. This can't be a 1 or a 5, it's 2, 3, or 4. But it can't be a 4, because if it were, this would be 3, 4, and then eventually a 5, so it's 2 or 3. This can't be a 1 or a 4, so it's 2, 3, or 5. Any of those seem actually possible. Okay. This sees a 2 and a 5 and a 4, so it's 1, 2, or 3. This is also 1, 2, or 3, isn't it? Yeah, because it sees a 5 and 2 4s. Huh. So is there any place in like a row or a column where a number only appears once in that row or column? I don't see any such place. I mean, we could pencil these in as 1, 2, 3, or 4, but it's not very informative, I don't think. Huh. Two, 2, 4, 3, 4. Ah, here we are. In this column, there's only one place to put the 4, which is here. And so the other places in this row cannot be 4s. And that changes things here on this 3, doesn't it? Well, no. I guess not. Ah, but yes, it does, because one of these must be a 1 and the other must be a 2. So nothing else in this column can be a 1 or a 2. And that might mean something. What might it mean? Not sure yet. Can I do something with this row? Like, is there some invariant about how many this 2 sees no matter what I pick? If I put the 4 here, it's obviously fine. But if I put the 2 here, we get a 1, and then a 5, and then a 4. That seems fine. I get the feeling this is going to be like, it has an influence on this 3 row, and one of those choices becomes illegal, but it's not obvious to me which. Without just trying it. Okay, well, with that in mind, let's just try something. Let's say this is a 2. That ought to shake things up, right? This will be a 4 then. This must be a 5, so this is a 1. So far, so good. This must be a 4, which means this is a 3, this is a 2, this is a 5. Now, to C3, this must be 1, 2. And this is busted. It can't be a 2 or a 3. So there's a 2 in the row and a 3 in the column. So that guess that I made was illegal. This can't have been a 2. Whoops. Hey. It must have been a 1. But again, I don't find this very satisfying, right? I don't know. Hey, get out of here. I said pencil, please. I don't know why this happened. Also, it doesn't seem to have actually been enough to solve the rest of the puzzle. I hoped I would only need one guess. I guess what I should have done once I found the contradiction was see if I could see the line of logic that leads to it, and like if there's some invariant, some constraint on like this square, right? That was the one that I ran out of steam on. Information flowing from here to here caused an issue. But I still don't know. Do I? I mean, it seems, again, like guessing that this is a 3 will mean a lot. That must be a 2, this is a 3. And now this is broken. It can't be a 2 because of the column or a 3 because of the row. So I guess this was a 3 and it wasn't, so it must be a 2. This is a 3. That's not a 3. This is no longer a 2. And we're done with this clue, I believe. If we put a 3 here, we'll be forced to go 3, 2, 5. If we put a 4 here, we'll be forced to go 4, 3, 5. Both of those satisfy this constraint. So we can mark this as done. And I think this one's done as well, isn't it? A 2 would yield a 5 here, which is fine. A 4 will yield, you know, eventually we see the 5, and that's all. So we're done with this. So the only things left are the Latin square and this 3 clue. But I still don't see how to prove it. I mean, I guess it's like a relationship between these 3 is what I have to go on, right? If this is a 4, these have to be in order. And if it's a 5, they have to not be in order. But I don't see really... this 2, 5 kind of slingshots information back into here, right? So if I made this a 5, this would have to be a 2, this would be a 1, and this would be a 2. And that would be out of order. So this can't be a 5, it must be a 4. So this is a 5. 3, 4, 2, 3, 5. Now for these to be out of order, it must be 2, 1, 2, 1. Done. Solved it. Not a very impressive performance. Let's try another puzzle. Try and introduce you guys to many of them. We can do Hashi. Yeah, I would rather that there be a no loop constraint on this, but apparently that's not how it's set up here. You have some islands, and they can be connected by bridges like so, and there can be 2 parallel bridges, but only up to 2 in this version of the puzzle. And each numbered island tells you how many bridges are connecting to that island. And you have to connect all the islands together as well. So this 1 must go this way, and it's finished now. This 2 must go this way to finish its last thing, and it's finished. This 3 can't send any more up, so both remaining have to go left. This 4 is in a corner, so it needs 2 in both directions. It's done, so is this 2. This 3 needs at least 1 in each direction, since there's only 2 possible. This 4 has to send 2 in each direction, and that finishes the 3, so the 2 must go down here. 5 needs to be maximally spread out. 4 has to go up like that, and we should be done, right? Yeah. Let's try a harder one, though, like a 10 by 10 hard. But bigger, please. All right. Oh, can I get like a night theme or something? Do we have night mode? Oh, so beautiful. I wish I didn't have to do that for every puzzle. I could just set it once, but that's why I keep forgetting to do it. So 5s on an edge have to have at least 1 in each direction, and since there's a 1 here, 5 is actually more like a 4. It needs 2 in each direction. This 4 needs 2 in each direction. 2 needs at least 1 here, because only most 1 can go to there. This 5 needs to spread out like so, 3 in a corner, 5 here. 3 needs to go maximally spread out. The 2 has to finish like this, that's the 5 done. This 5 has to come down here. This 3's done. Can only send at most 1 that way, so at least 1 goes up. This 3 has to have 1 in each direction. This 3 must send at least 1 here for a reason that might not be so obvious. It can send 2 here and 1 here, but if so, it's disconnected, right? So it has to send at least 1 somewhere else. This 1 has to go up here. This 4 is now like a 3, so it has to have at least 1 in each direction. 2 has to connect up like that. The 3 is done. This 5 needs 1 more. It looks for the moment like it could go in either direction. How about this 5? It needs 2 more. Oh yeah, it has to go that way. So this 5 is done. That 5 has to go there. This 4 is done. 2 connects this way. Has to be at least 1 there. 1 has to go like that, finishing the 3. 2 goes that way. 4 goes there, and we look done? You said this was hard. Come on. Wow. Alright, well, I'm never playing this again. You guys will just think I'm a genius at Hashi. Sudoku I really am just rubbish at. Word search puzzles. I'm just amazed they have generated word searches. How does this work? Oh, is it like Boggle? You can move in all directions. Yeah, it's like Boggle. It's okay. So you can't use it. Yeah. Oh wow. But like, where's the dictionary? Like, oh, they even call it Google. Okay. So what are you telling me here? There are 63 letter words in here? Oh my god. Well, we have Zhu, as in au jus. I keep wanting to spell Jersey, but you can't. There's no way I'm gonna get 30% of the words here. Like, the dictionary just has all kinds of crazy stuff in it, right? Lee is a word. So is lead. Leads. Seal. C. Laid. Is laid's a word? Yeah, like you laid a ship and someone doing that. Lades. Jar. Jars. Do we have Jap in the dictionary? We do. Rude. Is Jarl a word? It is. It's like something like an earl. San. I don't know what that means. Sap. Pars. Parse. Parsed. Read. Read. Reads. Real. Redial. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Redial. And dial. All. Dill. I'm only at 11%. I cannot believe this bullshit. I found so many. Pa, as in a faux pas. Pan and pans. Pran, praz, praise, predile? Nice. Found one of like 4 7-letter words in there. Laid. Oh, and lad. And of course, lads. Did I already do real? I think I did. Yeah. Lave, is that a word? I don't know what it means. Laves. There you go, easy. Lid and lids. Drap, dran, drace. Era and eras. Ale? Is veil a word? Apparently. This is why I don't like the idea of like finding some fixed percentage of the available words, because there's a ton of completely nonsense words that nobody ever uses. Like loo. Okay, that doesn't prove my point, but yeah. Okay, that's enough of this garbage for me. What about a 3x3 easy? There's still 73 words in here, right? Like, this is unbelievable. I don't. Why would anybody who's on a puzzle site play this? Stitches is one I tried that I'm. Okay, we'll do one that I actually know how to do. I'm really bad at stitches. So this one. Yeah. So basically, you have to draw a loop passing through all the squares. And when you pass through a white square, you must not turn immediately before, during, or no. You must not turn immediately during. But you must turn on one of the two after that. So like this is fine, and this is fine, but this is not legal. You have to turn either here, or both. And black squares, you must turn on this black square, but not any of the ones adjacent to it. So it kind of has to have 2 arms sticking out their length, at least 2. And that's it. That's the whole rules. So this black, one of its arms has to be going like this. It can't go out that side of the board. Now you've satisfied this one for what this white one for what that's worth. This is black in the corner has to go like this. This black here, ugh, God, this is horrible. It's really hard to draw these lines, believe it or not. This must continue because you have to turn in a black. You're not allowed to do that. And this black can't go up because it would run into this. So instead it goes down. This white is along an edge, and there you go. That's in the corner. So you go like this. This has to go down this way to avoid running into the one above it. This has to come down. And these must loop like this. There you go. So I was going to show you more of these, but it was just so painful to draw this with the mouse that I'm not going to. What the hell is kakurasu? Kakurasu. Play on a rectangular grid. Make some of them black. The black cells on each row sum to the number on the right. Okay. The black cells on each column sum to the number on the bottom. Sure. If the black cell is first, in its row or column, it's 1. If it's second, it's 2. Huh. Interesting. So, like, this counts as a 1 for this column, but a 2 for this row. Interesting. So how can we make 2? Well, the only way is by having a single 2, and so the rest of these are not. This is a 4, so we need 2 more, which has to be here. To make 4 without using a 4, we need the 1 and the 3. This 8 must have the 3 and the 4 combined with this 1. That goes in there. 1, 2, and 3. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, 1, 2, and 3. That's good. Easy. Alright, well give me a hard one then. Same size, please. To be a 1, you need just the 1. To be a 5 with a 1, you need a 4 more, which must just be the 4. To be a 6, you need a 2 and a 4. To be a 6, you need a 2 and a 4. To be a 4, you need just the 1 and the 3. To be 3, you need just the 3. Yeah, easy. Okay, so they just can't make it hard in a 4x4. Alright, give me even just a 5x5, I guess? Oh, much larger. How do you make a 12? Well, you need at least the 4 and the 5, and then you need 3 more from down here. 14? That's everything but the 1. 11. So 1 through 5 sums to 15. So if you see an 11, you can say, we must be missing a total of 4. How do you come up with 4? Either just the 4 or the 1 and the 2 must be missing. And on 11, yes, right. This 11 is more useful because we already know we have the 3. So either just the 4 or the 1 and the 3 are missing. But we have the 3, so it must be the 4 that's missing. And now that should resolve this 12, right? We already have 11, that's the 12th. We have 3, we need 4 more to make 7 without using 1. Well, it's got to be like that. This 6 has a 2, so it needs 4 more, which must just be the 4. We have 1, 4, 9. We need 2 more to make 11. This 9 needs a 5 and a 1 to combine with its 3. This 5's done. This 11 must go there. Done. Yeah, I'm a natural. Give me a 6x6. You can't stop me. Nobody can stop me. So these add to 21. So to make 18, we can only remove 3, which has to be either the 1 and the 2 or the 3. This 5, we already have 5, so the rest of the row is empty. How about this 17? We have to subtract 4? Well, we already subtracted 4, so the rest is full. This 3 has a 1, so it needs the 2 and nothing else. This 14, we need to drop 7. We already dropped 4. We need to drop 3 more, so it must be that one that we're dropping. This 15, we have to drop 6, right? And there's no way to do that with smaller numbers, so it must be the actual 6 being dropped. This 6 needs 3 more to make 9, and it has to be this one. This 14, we need to remove 6. We've already... No, we need to remove 7, thank goodness. We've already removed 3, so we've got to remove the 4 more. We have a 5, we need 5 more, that's those. Now we have 6 and 3 is 9. This 18 must be there, and there. Done! Oh my god, look at me flying through these hard ones. Give me a 7x7, I can take it. A 1, okay, well that's easy enough. So these numbers total 28. So for 25, we have to remove 3, and we've already done so. Okay, now it's starting to get more difficult. So to make 21, we have to subtract 7 somehow. How about to make 22? We have to remove 6. It could be 1, 2, and 3. Or it could be 1 and 5. Or it could be 6. That's about it. Could be 4 and 2, but the 4 is already there, of course. Oh, 23 is quite large, isn't it? We have to remove 5, right? Yeah, and we were already removing 2, so we got to remove 2 more, which is this. Now this 21, we need to remove a total of 7, and it can't be 6. Wait. Yeah, we gotta remove a total of 7 from this row. It could be just the 7, or it could be the 2 and the 5, but those are the only possibilities. The 3 and the 1 are definitely in. Well, okay, this 6 can't have a 7 in it. Seems pretty clear. How about this 19 then? We have to remove 9, and we've already removed 2. So we gotta find 7 more. That's actually very difficult, isn't it? It has to be this 7, I think. Let me just double check. 19, we gotta remove 9. We've removed 2, so we need to find a way to add up to 7. But it can't be 1 and 6, because we're using the 6, and it can't be 3 and 4. Oh, but it could be the 2 and the 5. Oh, hang on. I'm like, I forgot we already have this 2 marked out. So... I see. We have to remove a total of 9. No, maybe I was doing this right after all. Yeah. We have to remove a total of 9, which means removing 7 more in addition to what's already marked. That can't be 2 and 5 because we're already using the 2. And it can't be 1 and 6 because we're using the 6. And it can't be 3 and 4 because we're using the 4. So it must be the 7 is the only thing still missing. This currently has 11, which means we need 6 more somehow. We can't include the 5. So it's either the 4 and the 2 or just the 6. This 6, it could be either the 6 or the 1 and the 5 or the 2 and the 4. Fine. This 14, we have so far 8. We need 6 more? Could be the 2 and the 4, or it could be just the 6, but it can't be the 5. In this 15, we have 7. We need 8 more. It can't be 5 and 3, but it could be 5 and 1 and 2. But I don't think it can be anything including the 4, can it? We have to find 4 more, and we can't do that. So that's crossed out. And it could be 6 and 2. And how about this 9? We've X'd out 2 things in this column already. We can't use the 3. So 5 and 4, or 6 and 2 and 1, huh? Sadly, that doesn't let me mark anything out for sure, or on for sure. But this 10 must be pretty constricted now, right? We have a 6 and a 4, so the rest of the row is in fact empty. Oh, that should do something for this 9, right? 4, 2, and 1 isn't enough to add up to 9, so we need the 6, which means we need 3 more, so not the 4, but these 2. Now this 21 is finished, right? Yeah, we need to remove 7, and that's those. Now this 6... Oh, I guess we already... Yeah, okay. Already had that. 15, though, we need a 7 and a 6 and a 2. This 22, oh, we've removed 6, so the rest must be in. This 6 has a 2, so it needs a 4, not a 6. This 22, we have to remove 6, which has to be the bottom of the 3. And now we can just do this trivially, right? We have 7 plus 6 is 13. We need this in. Here we have 3 plus 7. We need that as well. Done? Yeah. Done. Alright, that's going to be enough puzzles for today, I think. Kakurasu. Much better at it than I thought I would be, I guess. I mean, I don't know. They're only 7x7s, but that's pretty sizable. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.